Salutations, greetings, my people. How are you doing? Now, all is good on my side. As it is a custom now, I first want to thank you guys for continuing to view the videos, for continuing to visit the channel, and for continuing to subscribe. Please do subscribe, guys. The benefits of subscribing, guys, it is that whenever I publish a new video, then you get notified. Those are the benefits of subscribing to the channel, guys. Please do subscribe. Please do share on different platforms. It can be Twitter, Facebook, whatever platform you're using, WhatsApp. Please share and encourage others to view and visit the channel and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Well, guys, it's a marathon. We're still dealing with the CCMA rules, the new CCMA rules, guys. It's very important that we understand these rules, guys. So whenever we're confronted with any matter that you need to refer to the CCMA, at least you know what are the do's and what are the don'ts. So it's very important, guys. So on this video, we're going to be dealing with part 7, which is section 188A inquiry. How to request an inquiry in terms of section 188A. 1. An employer requesting the commission to conduct inquiry must do so by delivering a completed LRA form 7.19 to the commission. Number 2, the employee must sign the LRA form 7.19 unless the employee has agreed in terms of section 188A subsection 4B of the Act to the inquiry in a contract of employment, or the inquiry is held in accordance with a collective agreement, in which case a copy of the contract or the collective agreement must be attached to the form. Right. Number 3, when filing the LRA form 7.19, the employer must pay the prescribed fee to the commission. Payment of the fee may only be made by electronic transfer into the bank account of the commission. Number 4, within 7 days of receiving a request in terms of sub-rule 1 and payment of the prescribed fee, the commission must notify the parties to the inquiry of when and where the inquiry will be held. Number 5, unless the parties agree otherwise, the commission must give the parties at least 7 days notice of the commencement of the inquiry. The commission is only required to refund a fee paid in terms of sub-rule 3 if the commission is notified of the resolution of the matter prior to issuing a notice in terms of sub-rule 4. Number 7, only an employee whose earnings exceed the amount determined by the minister in terms of section 6 subsection 3 of the Basic Conditions of Employment Act may consent to an inquiry in a contract of employment. Number 8, an employee who in terms of section 188A subsection 11 of the Act requests that an inquiry be conducted into allegations by the employer into the conduct or capacity of that employee must do so by delivering a completed LRA form 7.19 to the commission. Number 8, where an employee in terms of sub-rule 8 has requested an inquiry by arbitrator, the employer must pay the prescribed fee to the commission as set out in sub-rule 3. Right, guys. Then let's go to part 8, general condonation for failure to comply with the rules and forms. Number 1, subject to sub-rule 3, the commission or commissioner may condone any failure to comply with any provision of these rules on good cause shown. Number 2, in exercising its powers and performing its functions, the commission may act in such a manner as it deems expedient in the circumstances in order to achieve the objects of the Act. In doing so, it shall have regard to substance rather than form, save where the Act provides otherwise. Number 3, the provisions of the rules do not apply to Rule 25. Right. Rule number 36, recording of commission proceedings. Number 1, the commission must keep a record of A, all processes except conciliations unless otherwise stated in these rules. B, any arbitration, award or ruling made by a commissioner. Number 2, the record must be kept by means of a digital recording and, if practically possible, also by legible notes. 3, a party may request a copy of the record or a portion of a record kept in terms of sub-rule 2 on payment of the cost where applicable. Number 37, rule number 37, how to have a subpoena issued and served to secure the presence of a person. Number 1, any party who requires the commission or commissioner to subpoena a person in terms of section 142 subsection 1 of the Act must file a completed LRA form 7.16 together with a written motivation setting out why the evidence of the person to be subpoenaed is necessary. A request for subpoena does not apply to documents and material relevant to the dispute. Request for documents and material must be made in terms of Rule 29. 1A. The commission or commissioner in determining a request for subpoena may require that, number 1, the party who requests the subpoena provide additional information within 3 days of receipt of this request and in a manner as set out in the request. Number 2, that the other party provides a written response to the request for subpoena within 5 days of receipt of this request or provide such a response in a manner as set out in the request. Number 2, a party requesting the commission to waive the requirement for the party to pay witness fees in terms of section 142 subsection 7C of the Act must set out the reasons for the request in writing at the time of requesting the commission to issue a subpoena in respect of that witness. The commission's decision must be made in writing and delivered when issuing the subpoena. Number 3, an application in terms of sub-rule 1 must be filed with the commission at least 14 days prior to the arbitration hearing or as directed by the commissioner hearing the arbitration. Number 4, the commission or commissioner may refuse to issue a subpoena if A, the party does not establish why the evidence of the person is necessary. B, the party subpoenaed does not have 7 days in which to comply with the subpoena. C, not satisfied that the party requesting the subpoena has paid the prescribed witness fees, reasonable travel cost and or subsistence expenses of the person subpoenaed. Number 5, a subpoena must be served by a person who has requested the issuing of the subpoena or by the sheriff at least 7 days prior to the scheduled date of the arbitration. By A, delivering a copy of it to the person subpoenaed personally. B, sending a copy of it by registered post to the subpoenaed person's 1, residential address, 2, place of business or employment, or 3, post office box or private bag number. Number C, leaving a copy of it at the subpoenaed person's place of residence or place of business or employment with a person who apparently is at least 16 years old of age and residing or employed there, or by emailing a copy of it to the email address of the person subpoenaed. Number 6, service of a subpoena must be accompanied by a proof of payment of the prescribed witness fees for 1 day in accordance with the tariff of allowance published by notice in the Government Gazette in terms of section 142 subsection 7 of the Act and the witness's reasonable travel cost and subsistence expenses. Sub-rule 4 subsection C and 6 do not apply if the commission in terms of section 142 subsection 7C of the Act has waived the requirement to pay witness fees. Expert witnesses. A party intending to call an expert witness shall give 7 days prior to the hearing notice thereof to the commission and or to other party to the dispute together with the summary of the proposed evidence of such witness and any document on which the witness will rely during evidence and the basis on which the witness is regarded to be an expert, to enable the other party to consider the summary and obviate the need for any postponement. 38. Payment of witness fees. Number 1. A witness subpoenaed in any proceedings in the commission must be paid a witness fee in accordance with the tariff allowance published by notice in the Government Gazette in terms of section 142 subsection 7 of the Act. Number 2. The witness fee must be paid by A, the party who requested the commission to issue the subpoena, or B, the commission if the issuing of the subpoena was not requested by a party, or if the commission waives the requirements to pay witness fees in terms of section 142 subsection 7C. Number 3. Despite sub-rule 1, the commissioner may in appropriate circumstances order that a witness receives no fees or reasonable travel costs and subsistence expenses or only part of such fees or expenses. Number 39. Order of costs in arbitration. Number 1. In an arbitration proceedings, the commissioner may make an order for the payment of costs according to the requirements of law and fairness, and when doing so should have regard to A, the measure of success that the parties achieved, B, considerations of fairness that weigh in favor of or against a cost order. C, any prejudice offers that were made with a view to settling the dispute. D, whether a party or the person who represented the party in arbitration proceedings acted in a frivolous and vexatious manner. By proceeding with or defending the dispute in arbitration proceedings or to in its conduct during the arbitration proceedings. E, the effect that the cost order may have on a continued employment relationship. F, any agreement concluded between the parties to the arbitration concerning the basis on which costs should be awarded. G, the importance of the issues raised during the arbitration to the parties as well as to the labor community at large. H, any other relevant factor. Number 2, a commissioner may make an award of costs in favor of a party who appears or is represented in arbitration by a person contemplated in Rule 25(1)(a) in respect of a reasonable disbursement actually incurred in the conduct of its case in the arbitration. A commissioner who makes an award in terms of these provisions must specify clearly the items and amounts in respect of which costs are ordered. Number 3, a commissioner may make an award of costs in respect of the legal fees of a party that is represented in an arbitration by a legal practitioner or candidate attorney only if the other party to arbitration were represented by a legal practitioner or candidate attorney. 4, an award cost in terms of sub-rule 3 must be in the amount of A in respect of the first day of an arbitration, including any arbitration concluded in a single hearing, 7,000 rands. VAT inclusive. B, in respect of each additional day of an arbitration, 4,700 rand VAT inclusive. Number 5, an award for costs in respect of a candidate attorney must be 50% of the amount set out in sub-rule 4. Certification and enforcement of arbitration awards. Number 1, application to have an arbitration award certified must be made on A, LRA Form 7.18 in respect of an award by a commissioner. B, LRA Form 7.18A in respect of an award in arbitration conducted under the auspices of a bargaining council. 2, any arbitration award that has been certified in terms of Section 143 of the Act that A, orders the payment of any amount of money may be enforced by execution against the property of the employer party by the sheriff of the court in the magisterial district where the employer party resides or conducts business. B, orders the performance of an act other than the payment of money may be enforced by way of contempt proceedings instituted in the labor court. For the purpose of sub-rule 2, an arbitration award includes an award of costs in terms of Section 138(10) of the Act, text bill of costs in respect of an award of costs and an arbitration fee charged in terms of Section 140, subsection 2 of the Act. Number 4, the amount of money that may be enforced through execution by the sheriff in terms of this rule includes A, the amount that is ordered to be paid in terms of the award. B, an interest that amounts calculated in terms of Section 143(2) of the Act. C, the sheriff's cost permitted in terms of the magistrate court tariff for sheriffs. 5, in the event that the commission financially assisted the party in whose favor the award was granted in the enforcement or execution thereof, the commission may, if the cost of the execution were not realized therein, collect such cost with interest directly from the defaulting party. Interesting. Okay, guys, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there right now, guys. I think we've understood. That was part 7 of the CCMA rules, guys. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please continue to support the channel. At the bottom of the video there, there's a subscribe option. Please click on it, like the video, subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. I'll say it. Makhanye.